Have you ever had a dream that felt too real to ignore? Last week, I dreamt about a tiger. Not just any tiger. This one came home with me, curled up in my living room, and changed the way I think about my own creative power. I dreamt that I freed a tiger from a cage and took it home with me as a pet. And in the dream, the tiger was not only powerful, but affectionate. It rubbed up against me, it purred, and when I pet its thick fur, it felt so real. And I could feel its strength like vibrating under that coat of fur. So I was really excited about having this tiger for a pet. But then all of a sudden, it occurred to me that I did not have an instruction manual for this tiger. So I started to really worry, right? When was the last time this tiger was fed? What am I going to feed it? I have no idea. Am I going to be able to control it? Is it going to attack people, right? What do I do with this tiger? How do I take care of it? And I wondered, was I really ready to have such a wild, powerful animal living in my house? And this dream, it was so vivid that even now I remember every single detail about it, everything that happened, everything that was said, the way its ears felt. Just everything. And I just knew that this had to be a message. But what did it mean? I have been keeping a journal forever. I write down dreams in it, but I also always write down interesting animal encounters, and then I look up to see what does it mean. So the next morning I was sitting on my balcony and having my tea, and I was struggling with the question, what did this dream mean? Because I won't bore you with the details, but it was a pretty complex dream, and I just really wasn't sure what it was trying to tell me. And then, as if Mother Nature had heard my question, suddenly I received two visitors. First, a tiger swallowtail butterfly came, and it came and fluttered around the planter that was right next to me, and then it just fluttered in front of me, just stayed there, right? It was very obviously aimed at me, because that does not happen. I do see those butterflies, but they're always way farther away. I have never seen one that close up. And then, just a little while later, a carpenter bee flew up to me and landed on the table, right in front of me, where I was journaling. And it just sat there and it stared at me, and we stared at each other, and I didn't feel scared, which, isn't normal, because, a stingy insect gets too close and, panic sets in. But I wasn't afraid, and I greeted it. And after it was done examining me, it very quietly just got up and flew away. And that's when I knew for absolute sure that this wasn't just any dream. The dream contains an important message for me, and because I didn't understand it, these little creatures were the key to decoding it. Tigers often symbolize raw instincts, creative fire, and spiritual power. They represent the part of you that cannot be tamed, that wildness inside that demands expression. The butterfly added another layer. For one thing, it was a tiger swallowtail, so that told me for sure this had to do with the tiger. And butterflies have to do with transformation and growth, and turning that raw tiger power into something light and free. And the bee, especially a carpenter bee, bees are builders. They remind us that even wild power needs structure and a home. So together, these symbols were telling me, yes, you have this untamed creative force, but it's not here to destroy you. It loves you. And with a bit of transformation and structure, it can become your ally. Now, the way I worked this out was by journaling. I recounted my dream and my encounters, and I entered these along with these animals' spiritual meanings into my journal. I also took a look at what am I going through right now? And I realized I've just put out a book. I've just published a book. I have so many ideas for new books, new projects. I want to make videos. I haven't been making videos lately because I was so focused on finishing this book. And I just wish that I could just spend all day, every day creating, because I am a very creative person. But on the other hand, I just started a new job. And it is taking up a very large portion of my time and energy. And I think that job was represented by the cage. So letting that tiger out of the cage, feeding it, right? It doesn't have to be all day, but just working bit by bit can lead to me transforming my life, perhaps even transforming into a person who can sit at home all day and just do nothing but create. So this was a really important dream for me. So imagine that you have had a dream, a really powerful dream about a wild animal. Or maybe you've had a physical encounter with an animal that seemed really aimed directly at you, and you're not sure, what does it mean? Well, here is a simple reflection question that you can try. What wild power in me is asking to be fed right now? And just write whatever comes up, right? It doesn't have to even make sense at first. Dreams rarely do. Omens rarely do. Sometimes it even requires someone else taking a look at them, right? Before you're like, it clicks and you're like, oh, right? So writing about it, just putting it all down, and even if you don't understand right away, just letting that sort of simmer. At some point, it will become obvious to you. And this is a way of, let's say, stroking your inner tiger or whatever animal it was, and letting it speak to you. It's a way of channeling that animal spirit. If you'd like to go deeper with animals as guides, that's exactly what my new book, The Wild Messages Journal, is for. It's filled with animal allies and their meanings. I've got almost 100 animals listed in there, and all of them have questions, journaling prompts like this that you can use to figure out what the message is that's coming to you, because I really believe that Mother Earth, the universe, God, Spirit, whatever you want to call it, communicates to us. And one of the ways it can do that is through the natural world, through animals. And I have found that the more I pay attention, the more I write it down, write about it, think about it, the more these animals appear to me. So I will put the link below in case you would like to bring your own tiger or butterfly or bee into your own practice. Have you ever had a tiger or another animal show up to you at just the right moment? Tell me in the comments. I would just love to hear your stories. And next time we'll talk all about butterflies and how they are here to guide us through the often messy process of transformation. Until then, I'm sending you all my love. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you live with ease.